Good evening, everyone. Um, just another day above ground is always a good day, as some of the older folks I talk to would say and tell me all the time. Well, first of all, let me start off by saying it has been a tough week in my household. My fiance is currently sick with COVID, so definitely want to send prayers her way, healing energy, and get well soon. And I'm definitely going to be here to help you however I can. And same for me. I feel much better than what I have been. Yesterday was really tough, but today I feel 100 times better. So I'm not sure if it was COVID related for me, but I definitely will be going to get tested tomorrow just to double check to see what's going on. But enough of that. Let me get in by saying shout out to my home team, the BS3 network, and BS3, just the BS3 family in general. I'm so proud and happy to be a part of such a wonderful team. And we have so much in the workings and so much going on right now. And I'm just happy to be a part of it. So let me go ahead and start with today. My topic is a message to the youth. Um, me and a good friend CJ, which is will be joining me hopefully here soon. We had a great conversation about, his question was why is it that what are my thoughts and what do I feel is causing the youth today to die out at an early age, or quote unquote risk it all, or ride or slide for each other, whatever the saying is. And for me personally, I just look at it and I just feel like they're misguided. They don't have that real valuable leadership. They don't have that real person in their corners that's going to pull their coattails and let them know, hey, you're going the wrong way. You're doing the wrong things. You're headed down the wrong path. And that is just so important in today's society, especially my generation, that we're able to lead our youth and show them differently, show them something positive, show them that, you know, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to want to step outside your boundaries or step outside your surroundings to learn something different. And I totally feel like that's really missing in our today's society with our youth. I feel like a lot of them feel as if they have to have this tough exterior, which really doesn't exist, because once you get outside of your surroundings, or once you get outside of your actual community, when the world starts to see you and the world starts to view you, the world sees you for your character of who you are, what your abilities are. And honestly, a lot of times the world view you for this as well, the color of your skin. And with that being said, that was, one of the main talking points that me and CJ were hitting on was, the fact that we feel like it's more so African Americans that are really truly feeling like they have to go above and beyond to either prove their manhood or prove their worthiness. And it's just to be quite honest, it's just a sad and misled and a sick mentality that I feel that we can change, that we can bring forth to the table of some type of understanding to let people know and understand that your value to this world has a lot more than just your upbringing or just your neighborhood or just your so-called OGs. Like, it to me is really sickening and silly when you think about it, because if you're in an environment and you're growing up seeing negativity, why would you want to project that on to someone else? Why would you want to project that to another young man or woman that's in the same environment? You should want to project and want to put out there how to overcome those obstacles and how to make your situation better. And that's one thing that I've always tried to say on this podcast with some of the different topics that I've had so far is, we know what our issues are. We know what our problems are as a Black community. Now it's up to us to truly address them and deal with them. And for me personally, that starts with me being able to talk to the youth, me being able to express myself not only to the youth, but express myself to my peers and my elders as well. So they can understand where I'm coming from and that I'm on the same page. If not, they can sort of get behind that and respect what it is that I want to accomplish or that I want to try to do. So that was that was a conversation that me and CJ had, and I'm just waiting on him to join now so we can go ahead and get this conversation rolling because he had some legit questions that I would love for him to pose to my audience and also give me an opportunity to answer so you guys can hear some of my thoughts and answers as well. So once again, just waiting on CJ now. But while we're waiting in the midst of that, how has everyone else's week been? How is everyone doing, not just physically, but mentally as well? I mean, I know the holidays are right around the corner. This is a very, very emotional time for some people, especially dealing with COVID or some people that have, lost loved ones this year to COVID. And, just want you to know that my thoughts and prayers are with you guys. And just praying for a happy, joyous, peaceful holiday season for you and hope that you're able to enjoy your time with family and friends and, just make the best of it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing great, man. I'm just, like I said, I'm really recovering. I want to say it's probably like a little bug or something that's going around. I don't think that mine is necessarily COVID related, but I could be wrong. But once again, I feel fine. I feel much better than what I did yesterday. I just had, body aches, chills yesterday, but today I feel great. So I'm hoping that everything is good with everyone else. But thanks for asking. Thanks for checking in. What's up, Ben? How are you, sir? That's Mr. Ben, the man that puts the BS in BS3. And I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, sir. I really enjoyed the forecast. You guys, man, I'm telling you now, if you haven't checked out the forecast, you have to check them out. They are so awesome. They bring so much insight into different, not just different movies and topics, but just in general, man. They're an awesome group of guys, man. And I always look forward to your show. And yes, I'm looking forward to the conversation as well. I'm just waiting on CJ now. Matter of fact, I'm finna hit him up to see what's going on with him. Give me a second. Let me grab my phone so I can hit him up. All right, sorry about that, guys. My partner in crime did just hit me up. He asked that I give him a few minutes. He's running a little bit behind. But I'm glad to be here and I'm truly, truly excited and looking forward to this conversation. I think it's going to bring a lot of awareness, a lot more insight, especially that, CJ is a little bit younger than me, but he's not, you know, he's not, super young, but he's a little bit younger than me, but he's very wise. And that's one thing that I admire about him is at his age being so wise and having a level of understanding that most cats his age don't have. And that's one thing that I can say about him is when I was at that age, I don't think my level of understanding was where his is at. And I admire that about him. And I just appreciate him. Oh yeah, absolutely. Forecast is everything. Pretty much every show that is on the BS3 network, man, it's just great. It's awesome. I mean, this network, I feel like there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of knowledge that can be shared and a lot of information that can be shared as well. So I strongly suggest that if you have not subscribed to the BS3 network, please do on all platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also, we're on Roku TV now, which is another great thing and something that we're extremely proud of and that we've worked hard to get to. And now we're just trying to make the best of it and try to keep this network going and growing as strongly as possible. But what I'm definitely looking forward to this conversation is what got us, I mean, what really got us to this point as far as just as a society, as a whole, as in general, what got us to this point where we feel like we have to portray or be something that we're what makes us look at what defines or what is your definition of manhood. That's really one of the things that I look forward to hearing as well from CJ as well as my audience as well. What defines or what do you define as manhood? Or for women, what do you define as being a real woman? Because it gets so misconstrued. You get so many different answers. You get so many different opinions on that topic, and it is definitely something that I feel like we have to truly be able to address and truly be able to put on the table and being able to explain that and being able to share that with our youth today, because so many of our youth today are just lost. They, like I said earlier, the guidance isn't there, the respect isn't there, and that's one of the main things that I touch on, because the respect is not there as much as it should be. And it's crazy to me because for me personally, every person that I know that has put themselves in a certain position or certain situations, they always, are hollering about respect, respect me, respect what I stand for. But really, what do you stand for? What is there to respect if we don't understand? And that just goes to show, like, to get respect, you have to give respect. So, what does giving respect look like to you? What does having respect look like to you? Because I've always thought that respect comes from one or two ways, either admiration or fear. And I'd rather have someone admire me because that's a place of respect and love as a combined, in my opinion, than fear. Fear is the respect of, oh, I'm scared of him if he's at his height, or I'm afraid of him if he's in a good mental space or in a good condition. But the fear can also push someone to do something spontaneously or act out of character to do something that really hurts you. So I always looked at it as, if you're going to respect me, I need you to be able to admire me as well. So that's just my opinion. um I love to hear, like, from CJ. Should be joining me here shortly. Keep texting me, but need to go and just jump on. Yeah, but that's big for me is what does that look like as well? What is respect? What does respect come from for you? What do you feel like what do you feel like gives you or gets you the respect that you feel like you deserve? So these are some of the questions that I already have in mind that I definitely want to ask CJ. And I know some of his answers and some of his opinions are going to be good, and I can't wait for him to join so we can go ahead and get this conversation rolling. Once again, thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for tuning in. As you can see, I am a little bit under the weather, but I feel 100 times better than what I did. So I'm just thankful for this opportunity. I did not want to you know, let my fans or let my family or friends down by not doing the podcast tonight. I feel like I owe it to you guys. I feel like I owe it to myself because this is very therapeutic to myself as well. So, you know, for me personally, this is something that I look forward to on Thursdays, and it gives me a lot of clarity. It helps me finish off my week on a strong note. Being able to come and just fellowship and have conversation in front of you guys, and also, you know, the love and the feedback that I get, it's greatly appreciated, and I look forward to continue to grow. And with no further ado, let me go ahead and bring my brother in. DJ, what's happening?
Hey man, shout out to my brothers that know how to handle a pregnant woman. I'm glad she's like almost done because this woman, man, I'm trying to tell them, I'm trying to tell my baby girl, I said, girl, I got the best show on the BS3 network to host with my mans, and you out here holding that up because she want a damn ice, some crushed ice and some pickles, man. I said, come on now. But I'm literally right across the street. So when I get settled in, I'm going in. But hey, this is a very episode that was near and dear to my heart. So definitely, we definitely gonna jump in. But I'm like I said, I am almost at the crib, so I'll set everything up, and then we gonna be on the road from there.
All good, man. So for the people that don't know, CJ is about to be a father of a proud young man. And
Black young man, hey, with a black woman, no mixed kids around here. Just throwing that out there. No shade, but go ahead. You got it there, brother.
there you go, there you go. And I have, man, I'm so looking forward to meeting your son and just watching you become the father that I know you're gonna be, man. No, you're gonna be awesome. So ain't no
Say,
concerns with that.
brother, hey, I actually think at my baby shower, that was the first time I met your son. And your son is a lot different than my cousin. That my cousin was the other boy. I believe he was the other little boy he was playing with.
uh
And your son is just so like he has an infectious personality, man. Like I wanted to be like around little dude the whole time. Like the little dude came up to me, he was like, "Man, he ain't like sharing with the because I guess they were playing with like some little water gun or some gun stuff." And he was like, that he just came up to me out of nowhere, just started talking. Like we was cool like that, man. So your son is a man. Your son is a good. Hey, um, son has been raised right, and I can just only wish, like I know my son gonna be right, but me and your son was a man. It was a blast. It was fun. Whenever I go over there again, well, whenever not again, but whenever we meet up for the very, like at your crib or whatnot, I'm gonna have to definitely holler at him, man. We're gonna have to play, I don't know, play basketball. I'm gonna have to get him tough out there, man.
Hey, he welcomes that, man. He all for it, man. He's something else, man. He really is. And you're gonna experience that, man, with your son. And I just can't wait for you to really get that enjoyment and get that time in with him. And when you see that little personality start to take form and get to see how he moves, oh man, trust me. That's what
Right.
makes it worth all the while. Really does.
Hey, if anybody from the BSN3, the BS3 network wanna inbox your boy on any parenting tips, then that's more than I'm accepting all of those. Because I don't know anything too much about fatherhood, but this your cousin
That's my
Tracy,
sister.
Miss
Yeah.
Tracy. Oh, it's your sister. Whew,
Nah, you
I forgot you got like 20 people.
good. That's about right.
Oh man, nah, we good, man. Hey man, I'm just pulling up to the crib. I don't know if you already told me what we were gonna talk about today, but I'm just
Yeah.
now pulling up. Man, I'm about to go ahead and get this girl this damn pickle and ice, and then we gonna get it popping, man. This was a topic that was near dear to my heart, and
Right.
you know, once again, man, pregnancy, women, Jesus Christ, I never thought. I'm so glad she done with this, because I'm done making these damn midnight runs. I want a pickle. I want to, like, damn, bro. That's why you anemic now, hell.
Well, there you go. You do what you got to do to keep them happy, and then that's what we here for, man. Try to keep our women happy and make our lives easier, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, got me rushing to the house, man. I'm trying to. Good
You
Lord,
all good.
21 minutes in. Jesus Christ,
You
man.
all
We finna
good.
have to.
Yeah, I gave
Man, we.
everybody the topic already, so we
Okay,
can just
good,
dive right
good,
in,
good,
man. So,
good, good, good. Ooh, we got the good lighting in. Hold on. Hold on. You want to get everybody ready? Let me set my little camera up right there. Let me.
see that's the type of stuff that I appreciate and admire about TJ so much is the fact that that was effortless. That was something that he had on. This was a topic that he had in mind that he discussed, but still he put his family first. Although it wasn't something that was necessarily a make or break thing, but the fact that his woman wanted that ice and pickle, he took the time out to make sure she got that before he did what he needed to do. So I
Yes,
can
sir.
appreciate the sacrifices that my brother is making, and she got to understand and realize that she has a real winner on her hand. And I know she does appreciate him, so that's without saying. But the fact that this young man is doing this at such a young age is very, very, inspirational. And it just goes to show you that he comes from an upbringing, or he was raised around people that understood the principles and the respect of life and the principles of raising a young man. And that's what he is the definition of. And I can definitely speak to that tenfold because I've been around and experienced this man for a few years now, actually. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, one thing about it, he's never changed who his character is. So, without further ado, CJ, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take the floor, and I'm ready.
Yes, sir. All right. So we're 24 minutes in. I truly apologize, man. I know I was late. I feel like I'm always late on every episode I have been. I've never been on time. That's spoken like a true nigga. That's okay. But today, Justin already went over the topic. Is I feel like, why are so many of us youngsters that is dying out here in these streets? And I'm 24. Justin is 26. No, I'm playing. But he
Shoot.
nah, but it's a little bit of ages between me. Justin, you 36, right? You
Yep,
36? Okay,
36.
very good. Yeah, so we literally 12 years age gap between me and him. And I just noticed how I feel like our generation of I'm talking about my generation of people are just dying off so young at a young age before they hit their potential in life. And I've been thinking about it. I marked it down in the 4 reasons why I believe our youngsters are dying out here. And I know I took a little bit too much time just to get in motion, but I also got some solutions, but we may have to do a part two. It depends on the, how we get there. But reason number one, the main reason is respect. The second reason, I feel like, in no particular order. Well, the first one, obviously, respect. I feel like respect, jealousy, women, and the media. For the reasons, the media stands out a little bit more, but respect goes into jealousy and women. Why I feel like our youngsters out here are dying, and just to pitter pat, respect. If you ask people what respect is, a lot of people can't tell you what respect is. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. My teacher told me one time, my librarian teacher way down there in Houston Elementary, he said, he was just asking us, like, what is respect? And couldn't nobody answer that. Couldn't nobody say, what was respect? Like, couldn't nobody, And I haven't looked up in the dictionary, but what respect means to me is treating your fellow man and your fellow woman. You treat them kind and you be courteous of whatever they got going on. That's just my simple definition. I don't know what Webster say, but that's my simple definition of having just respect for somebody. And our youngsters out here, they don't believe in that respect. They don't have no respect out here. That's why these youngsters out here, they getting popped. They out here they're dying too quickly because they don't have no respect. And I feel like a lot of people are just like being, just being respectful to somebody is gonna get you to live more. You see what I'm saying? And life for us as Black people, see, it's like the white man, or not just the white man, but I feel like other races, they're trying to thrive. As Black people, we're just trying to survive because it's too many of us dying out so young. It's like my mentality, I want my kids to survive first, then thrive. Other races, other ethnic groups don't have to worry about that because they people out here that's listening, I have never seen another Caucasian male pull up on a Caucasian male doing a drive-by shooting. They're not doing that. I don't see no Asians pulling up to each other on some what's up, let's get the sticks out. That's all we see is just each other as Black people. Why is that? Why we gotta be so tough in the morning? Why we, and it's a respect, like we don't have no respect. Now go ahead, Jessica. I seem like you was gonna say something, but I kind of cut you off. Go ahead.
Going to the comments. My sister said it begins at home, which is so true. It does. And I like to piggyback off what you said about the media. The media portrays what they know will be glorified or what will get them tags or popularized. So you just hit on a great point when you said you don't see other races doing drive-by shootings on each other, which is so true. But CJ, you got to be very careful and remember that Black-on-Black crime was invented because if you look at crime in general, there's other races that commit crime. It's not just Black folks, but it's highly popularized to say Black-on-Black crimes. You don't hear them saying, like we just got through with the Cal Rittenhouse case. You didn't hear them say a white-on-white crime. They don't say that. Or the kid that, shot up the school in what was that? In Michigan. You don't hear them saying, oh, white kid goes in and kills other white students. They're not gonna say that. But if it's a Black male or a Black person in general, it's too easy for them to say Black-on-Black crime because it gets lumped in as Black people in general. They have this stigma about us that we're animalistic, that we're violent people, that we're, just have no real type of goals or like you said, we look at some Black people look at it and say, hey man, I'm just trying to survive. And other people look at it like, hey, I'm just trying to thrive. And you have to really, and that's my thing, and that would be my message to you as a young man. you already are surviving. You doing it. Now you just got to go ahead and thrive. And CJ, I already know you personally, you are finna thrive in whatever it is you decide to do, whatever it is you decide to do with your family, you're going to be great at it and great with it. So for me, we need more people like you that's going to say, hey, you know what? Forget surviving. I want to thrive in this environment. Yeah, I know the obstacles that I'm faced with. Yes, I know my path is going to be more difficult than the next person, or than a Caucasian, or than an Asian, or hell, even maybe in a Hispanic person. But you have that drive and that willingness to say, you know what, for me and mine, I want better, so I'm going to make sure that it happens. If I got to get up here a little bit earlier, like you box. So when you in that gym and you working out, you thinking every day when you in that gym, you thinking, how is this going to improve my boxing game? How is this going to improve my jab? How this is going to improve my hook? How is this going to improve my uppercut? The game of life is the same thing. You got to look at it the same way. What can I do to position myself to benefit me and mine? How can I improve my living arrangement? How can I improve my financial gain? How can I improve my mental, my physical? I mean, like I said, I feel confident in you. So for me, this ain't even about you, because I feel like you got it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, right. And and I'm just saying, like, and it's because my parents taught me to have honor, to honor
Right.
somebody, to have respect for somebody. These little knucklehead ass kids, they don't respect nobody. They disrespecting their mama. Either either the man they have in the house, which is their daddy, that ain't their daddy, or they're not that, like, that they don't respect him. So if you don't even respect your own parents, there's no way you gonna respect me, and we ain't even that tight. So that's what I'm saying. These kids out here today, they don't have no respect, and it's just so funny how the OGs. It's like, when it comes to I'll guess, let's say, hood activities. I ain't worried about no OGs, and ain't no OGs out here slanging that iron like that. Ain't no OGs out here. They ain't out here, doing this craziness. It's these youngsters that's trying to. It's these youngins I'm scared of, because they're running around here with no respect, and they also think if you show respect, that's a sign of weakness. Which I don't know where in the Black history did that come from. I don't know where you show somebody respect, you're now weaker than that man. No, I honor you. I'm bracing you, bro. Yo. If we got a disagreement, I ain't finna be out here on some other shit. It's, oh, okay, we got a disagreement. Okay, well, I respect you, and you, or you know what? I respect you enough not to go that far. You respect me enough not to go that far. But they don't have that. They rather pull out the knife. They rather out here wet you up. And it's a scary place we live in, because, Justin, I care about your kid. You're going to care about mine. Like, you care about your own kid, I'm going to care about mine. All it takes is for his predecessors, that may have been a wrong word. No, yeah, his predecessors, the people that's around his environment, for that one kid that ain't got respect, like how you're showing your son, you better have respect out here for people. All it takes is for him to feel disrespected. And that's what I was gonna lead up to, right quick, just on a side note. And I told you this story. Somebody in my ninth grade, he was like in 11th grade. He was a big old dude, had tats. I don't know about Garland, but you could have tats in Lancaster. Man, I ain't care. But this dude, he thought he can punk up on me on some, yeah, I want you, because he thought I wasn't gonna do nothing. And I wasn't scared. I was just like, man, you know what? It ain't even worth it. You ain't got nothing for you. I'm on a basketball team. I do track. I do football. I do all this. And he went about his business. I literally found out 2 years later, and I'm talking about from today, not from when I was in high school, 2 years later. So in 2019, I heard he got shot. And I was like, who shot him up? It was somebody from Band, a Band geek wet him up, pulled out the blicky, pulled out the tool because he kept messing with that man. You kept disrespecting a man, and I'm trying to tell you, you don't know what nobody's on. Like, you don't know what somebody's on that day.
Yep.
Everybody think they cool. Everybody think they tough. You're not tough. If I'm the one behind the gun, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? And that dude was disrespecting homeboy his whole entire life. He said, you know what? Yeah, I'm about to be about that life. And I'm not condoning what he did, because now he's in jail. He's in prison. He ain't getting out to 2028. That's a long time from now. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to be damn near, he's going to be 30, like 30, 31 years old before he gets out. So that's what I'm just saying. Had he not disrespected that man, you made that man feel small, he wouldn't have been right there. But because you thought, I can be this, that, and the third, you end up losing your life. And you know what? And that's why I tell my sons, and I'll tell my daughters, and I told you, hey, when a woman gets upset, she gonna hurt you in your heart. But when a man feel disrespected, he feel like he little than, be prepared to lose your life.
Right.
Just be prepared to lose your life. Seriously.
And it's just like what I had told you yesterday, that, reactions don't have, there's no real measurement to a reaction. So the example that I always give is, if I'm walking down the street and I decide, this is somebody I've been knowing from school and yada, 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 or I used to do this or do that with them, let me go slap them in the back of the head real quick on some, I'm just trying to be funny, or what's up. And he turned around and cracked me in the head with a baseball bat. And is he at fault for that? Like, no, he's just meeting aggression with aggression. And at a certain point, you have to hold yourself accountable. And especially since we're on the topic of talking about respect, to me, it's just like what our parents and what the older folks used to always tell us: treat people how you want to be treated. If you don't want nobody disrespecting you or trying to make you look bad or trying to clown on you or whatever the case may be, go ahead and give them that level of respect. Give them the same treatment that you would want them to give you outside of any type of environment. Because one thing about it is, whether you a band geek, whether you a star athlete, you a man before anything. So that band guy could have probably been like, hey, I'm tired. Enough is enough. Now,
and that's exactly what he was on.
Exactly. Like, this is how I handle, you want to bully? Let me show you what they got for bullies now in adulthood. And it's called an attitude adjuster. And I guarantee you, before he got hit up, he probably sat there and put his hands up like, no, it ain't even like that. Don't beg for forgiveness now when you had an opportunity to right your wrongs, as far as, hey, I know what time I was on back then. I was bogus for that, whatever. Like, as a man or as an adult, I want to be able to move forward in a positive light. Because one thing about it for me was, I never looked at myself as a bully. I looked at myself as a jokester, definitely. And I know that I joke and I like to have fun. But one thing is if I felt like it was going too far, I had no problem pulling you to the side or apologizing in front of everybody. Like, hey, yo, that went too far. My bad. That ain't even my intentions. Like, let me get that understanding with you now. Because what people don't realize and what people not understanding is, those kids that are being bullied or were being bullied, guess what? Those are the same kids policing your neighborhood now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That thing on their hip and that badge make them feel like they the closest thing to God in that moment. So, you gotta keep the mind frame and keep the mindset of, hey, I can't afford to put myself in certain positions.
Hey, Justin, you know what? Man, that is so true because I'm a jokester too. You know, I charge up people all the time. That's just how I grew up. Boy, better get your little ugly. Like that's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? If I ever felt like somebody was having a bad day, they're going too far, and somebody be like, "Hey, bro, chill. I ain't on that today." I'm the first. My bad, bro. You got it. You straight. And I even be like, "Hey, bro, you good?" Like I want to try to
Right, right,
disrespect because you know why? Because for one, I have respect for him.
right.
I ain't trying to. But secondly, I don't want to be out with my little man. Man, I got my little guy coming. I don't want nobody coming up. Also, you Mr. Funny Guy. Oh, you thought you were, guess what? Pop, pop. Or, you know, it don't even take none of that. What if and like I was telling you, most black families, most black people, we all stay in the damn near same neighborhood. Hell, people know I stay out there in Lancaster. People know you stay out there in Garland. All they say is, you know what? If I can't touch you, I'm going to touch somebody closer. And I'm not
Mhm.
mean physically touch. I'm talking about touch as in get you up out of there.
Right,
You
right,
know what I mean? So that's why that whole respect, you gotta have respect. And that's why I feel like these youngsters nowadays, they're not like they just don't respect. Like they have no respect. Man, motherfuckers get a gun and they think and they got big ass nuts now. Oh yeah, can't nobody this, that, and third. But you know what? You're nothing. You're a coward. You're just an angry nigga with a gun. That's all you are. But you know what? Maybe he wouldn't have felt like that if people wasn't shitting on him. And that's gone because I see the time. I'm gonna go ahead and transition it to 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 some women. I'm not gonna say all. I'm not
okay.
gonna say everybody. Women, and it ties in, and it all ties into respect. If your women respect you, then you ain't even gotta worry about, you know, you losing your life. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
I'm
right.
saying when you have a woman that disrespects you. And like I said, women hit dudes like on their heart. You know, women, if they want to be on some other shit, oh, they'll hold you. Oh, they'll, boy, say when a woman is heartbroken, that's something you don't want to deal with, you know, because they're going to try to hurt you in the best way, shape, form. But I'm veering off the topic. But anyway, let's say your woman don't just, you know, let's say your woman don't respect you. You know, she oh so you gonna let him talk to me like that? Oh, so you ain't gonna do this, you ain't gonna do so you ain't gonna slide for me? Oh well, when such and such did that to you, you ain't slide up on him, don't try it with me.
Right,
And
right.
then now all of a sudden, and so now all of a sudden, now he feels like he a little dude. He feel like he's a little man. Now he feel like, okay, next dude that do something in front of my girl, now I'ma slide up on him. Now
Right.
I'm gonna get the one up on him because my woman had me feel like I was a little bitch. And that's what it is. That's truthfully what it is. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So, you
yeah.
know, so that's why I'm saying, and most of these women, these so-called women, I ain't gonna call them women, these so-called women, they will glorify that young man. They'll be like, oh, well, my dude is a shooter. He gonna slide for me. He gonna do this, that, and the third for me. You gonna walk that man to his grave and you gonna cry. You gonna put that nigga on your t-shirt. You might get a tattoo on him, but 6 months, 4 months later, you gonna be on to the next nigga. So that's why I'm saying some of these women, they gotta do better for your man. You know, like, you know, I mean, Helen, you can speak on it. Hell, you wouldn't want your son dating no woman that don't respect him enough to be like, oh yeah, nah, come on, little dude, come on, let's go ahead and go. You know what I'm saying? Nah, they ain't gonna. Nah, so you know, so that's just a part of sometimes some of these women, the person you love the most is gonna get you killed. And that's some sad shit to say, truthfully. That's
Well,
truly some sad shit to say.
yeah, absolutely. And for me, how I view that is if she cared about you enough, she wouldn't even put you in that position.
Right.
And you know, you hit that dead on. Like if your woman respects you, you ain't got to worry about that. She ain't gonna put you in
Exactly.
that position. Then
Exactly.
another thing is too is you know, like I always tell people, okay, you out here fighting for that woman, or let's be equal here, or you out here fighting for that man. Man,
Mm-hmm.
but that woman ain't going to jail with you. That man or woman ain't going to the grave with you. So unless that
Exactly.
person really truly is worth risking your life or your freedom, you really got to ask yourself, like, come on now. Like I got, I got women in my life that I would die for, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not in a sense of it's a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So for me personally, it's knowing and understanding what's at stake, what's at risk. And one of the main things I look at it now, being 36 is, I'm too old to have a confrontation where I got to use my hands. Like, nah,
Yeah.
if we can't talk about it or we can't figure it out in the manly conversation, then it's time for us to move forward and part ways. Because one thing about it is, it's just like, I watch a lot of Animal Planet. So anytime
Mm-hmm.
two lions in the jungle and two lions in Africa fighting, one of them got to die. And that's how
That's
I look
facts.
at it. Is I don't want to be that person that has to take someone's life, and I definitely don't want to be that person that has someone feeling like they got to take my life in order to defend themselves from me. So when you walk away from something, you have to know and understand that you're walking away not because you're afraid or not because you're concerned about losing a fight, but it's because
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, I'm concerned of how I may respond or how I may
Mm-hmm.
react to a certain situation that's not going to be conducive for me or my family. So that's just, my thoughts on that and how I look at that. And like you said, with these youngsters, man, it's more so along the lines of they don't have no guidance. They don't have nobody really telling them these things. They
Right.
look
Yeah.
at it as, well, I ain't doing anything. I must be a punk or I must be soft.
Well, it's that too, and then you got some, and I hate to call them that, but these some old bitch ass daddies out here. They tell their son, oh no, you gonna handle him, or I'ma handle you. That is a no. I would never, bro. If my son get his ass whooped, you think I'm about to tell him you better beat it? This, that, and the third. That's a real old school. Now that's kind of on your generation side,
Yeah.
like, but say, hold on, but you know what? Now listen, if you also think I ain't gonna go down for my son because the guy's ass whoop, you misunderstand. You be like, okay, so you got into a fight, okay, now let me handle that. Because
Right.
at this point, if my son lost, he gonna feel defeated. Your son gonna not you. I'm talking about
Right.
if I was talking like another father, then
Yeah.
your son gonna be, oh yeah, I whooped his ass. We can't have that because if he anything like his daddy, I tell you, Justin, I wake up some days, and I wake up I'm always on go. I'm always on go about my woman, and now I got my little kid. Let somebody little kid fuck my little kid. Just like I say, thing, man, let somebody kid fuck with your little kid. You're gonna be like, okay, where your parents at?
Right.
And
Right.
then you're gonna look at the parents, you're gonna be like, oh, it's your dad. See, we ain't got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? But that's what I was gonna say. It starts with that father telling him basically you gotta finish what you started, and you gotta, because if you don't do this, then you not a, and that's the wrong way to go about it. And that's why your son going out here gonna be in the grave because you out here, because literally that line on Friday by John Witherspoon, you live to fight another day. And
Right.
and I remember that dude John Witherspoon said, man, y'all kids, y'all punks, y'all been sissified. You know what I'm saying? Y'all too quick to pick up a gun.
Yep.
And that was way back in 1995. That was damn near about to be 30 years ago. So that's why I'm saying now we gotta be that voice for our little ones. And here's something I can maybe ask you with or something like that. How do you deal? Because I was just talking about surviving and this, that, and the third. Um, how do you teach your son to show respect towards others? And I'll just leave that there. You can take it away. Go ahead.
Okay. For me personally, I got to go back to what my sister said. It starts at home. So
Mm-hmm.
if I'm raising my child to be respectful, it starts with him or her respecting mom and dad. Then if you have
Mm-hmm.
siblings, having that respect for your siblings. And I'm a big advocate of sports for kids
Mm-hmm.
because it teaches
Mm-hmm.
discipline. It gives
Mm-hmm.
them the opportunity to learn teamwork at an early age, and it also gives them an opportunity to be rewarded at an early age for applying themselves. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I know you can speak to this. Like us in school, we didn't necessarily give it our best on our grades, but when it came to getting on that court or on that football,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm going all out. Like, coach
Yeah.
come to you and be like, "Hey, starting position up. What you gonna do? You going all
Right.
out. You
Oh
you yeah,
yeah.
you going 110." So
Right.
it's like that with respect. It's that notion and that mentality of, look, I need you to know the importance of this. And as far as I'm concerned, my youngest son is 4, and giving him that understanding of knowing how to say yes sir or no sir to a man, knowing how to say yes ma'am or no ma'am to a woman, it's that level of respect that I know will get him to a position of being viewed a certain way in school, because I already know he's in pre-K right now. So I already know it starts early. Him going to pre-K, some of these teachers, especially where I'm out here in Royce City. So especially because it's not too many of us in this environment, they already are
Mm-hmm.
going to look at him and have preconceived notions. So
Mm-hmm.
I got to instill in him early on, you be 10 times better than what they expect you to be. Whether
Mm-hmm.
that's respectful, whether that's, you applying yourself, whether that's in your sports, whether that's just in how you carry yourself as a young man. Like, it's you can never start too early. And
Right.
that's one thing about it, man. As far as being a parent, there's no manual to this. It really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of things you're gonna learn on trial and error, but a lot of things, CJ, I'm glad that you're comfortable to, ask me or come and ask me, no problem. But I feel like you already gonna have a good handle on that to begin with. So that's not even something that I'm concerned about or worried about with you as far as, your son having respect at all. But the thing is, I wanted to go back to what you were saying about, the parents that are like, oh, you got in a fight. Did you win? Okay, go back out there and fight again. I mean, I shared this with you earlier, man.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my friends that, I don't even consider them friends. I consider them brothers because we got that type of bond. Man, we grew up fighting each other. It didn't do anything but make us tougher. What that really
Right.
did and what that really brought out of us was the sense of togetherness. It was so weird to me because, even now as an adult, and when we go play and, we hoop in Addison or we hooping in Rockwall or we hooping out in Rowlett, like when we go hoop, it's that we know each other's moves, we know where to look for each other, and not only that, but
Mm-hmm.
if something jump off, we know that we got each other. And that came from years of being around each other, years of
Mm-hmm.
also fighting with each other. Man, I got jumped by 2 of my homeboys. And when I say jump, it wasn't like they tore me up. Like, nah, we legit fought. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, everyone was able to get up, brush themselves off, cool out for a minute, come back, let's hoop again, or let's play ball again, or you know what I'm saying? It was just
Now, Dustin,
that
now
tough.
hold on. Hey, nah, that's facts, but hold on. Man, let me meet them 2 niggas that jumped my boy. Cause see, hey, cause now you got me. Hey, now I'm finna be like, yeah, what's up? Cause I'm about it. Now I'm playing with you. Now I'm playing. But No, I feel what you're saying. Like, and I'm not trying to rob my boy from being a boy. Man, we all men, and we were
Oh yeah,
once we
yeah,
were boys. And just like on Animal Planet, you see all them lions. They be they be biting each other and shit, and this, that, and the third. And then when it gets too real, the adult lions, they break that shit up. They say, all
yep,
right, bro, go on. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But I was just saying, when some people lose a fight, you're trying to not worry about your kid. Now you get into that's your ego. And I'm like,
nice,
now I'm like, okay, do I not want him to lose a fight because he's my son? Or do I not want him to lose a fight? Or do I want him to go back out there to prove how much of a man he is? Now, that's what I was saying. I mean, it's cool. Now, to be honest, if my son out of nowhere, if he lost fight, like, yo, dad, I lost. But when I catch him again, I'm on his ass. I respect that. I say, okay, that lets my son, hey, that let me know, like, he ain't, that, hey, that he gonna try to handle up, and he just got the best of him.
right,
But now if my son came up, and mostly when kids want to wet up other kids, they ain't gonna say, now that's a weak mentality. And all this respect, and I'm not promoting the people that are often often they bullies
hmm,
I'm not, nah, bro, because I'm never gonna condone pulling out a gun unless you defending yourself or unless you getting jumped. I don't know about your situation, but if a whole group of niggas come up to me, shit, y'all think y'all finna jump me? Yeah, I got this. You know what I'm saying? But no, but yeah, but on a serious note, um, I just feel like, and I want to kind of jump into this one like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The media glorify World Star Hip Hop, Instagram, Facebook. They glorify this. Oh, somebody got shot at. You shoot at them, and y'all just go to blows. And our kids see it. They think, oh, that shit cool. Man, I don't know how many rappers done said slid on the op, nigga, pop, pop, did all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's costing them their lives. I don't
yep,
need to say about the first rap. I mean, the rapper, the biggest rapper this year that passed away. I don't even need to say his name, but we all know who we talking about. It's plenty of rappers, and it's so funny. And this is a real old school term. My OG told me, but I never believed it till he said, son, the toughest nigga in the room, if you're the toughest guy in the room, you already lost.
mm,
If you the toughest nigga in the room, you already lost. Cause and I never understood that. I was like, if I'm the toughest nigga, ain't
how did I
nobody gonna want to
lose?
fuck
Right,
with me.
yeah, yeah, how did I
Like
lose?
what you mean? Like, like how and see, he was like, nah, you ain't hearing me. If you the toughest guy in the room, if you're the toughest guy in the room, you already lost. There is no, and what he meant was practically, if you're so big and bad, if you're you're belittling all these other people. It's only gonna take one time for that one person to be like, you know what? I'm tired of getting slapped in the back of the head by this dude. I'm always tired of him talking about my woman. I'm tired of him doing this to me. I'm tired of all that. And he gonna say, you know what? Next time he do that shit, I got something for his ass. And then everybody like, oh, hey, what happened? This, that, and the third. What? Like, what happened? He always do this. No, you belittled that man. You made that man feel small. And I told you, like, the male ego to a real not to a guy that's not mentally right, the male ego is fragile. So he start feeling like a little dude. It's only gonna take a couple more times. Hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Da, da, da. He gonna pull out that nine. Yeah, I got something for your ass today.
Right,
So that's what, and it all leans back to respect. You gotta have respect. You
yep,
you you just gotta have that respect. And if you don't got respect, and that's why I feel like us as a generation as dying. Now, also, I wanna kind of get into how can we stop that? How can we stop?
Yeah, that's my
Let me
cousin
see.
Mika. Are you?
Yeah, I'm reading her stuff.
Yeah.
Express acquires to weakness, and it's often the other person who chooses to walk away. Show respect. That's where you have to help. You know what? That is so true. When some and you know what? And is this your cousin?
Uh-huh.
Cousin Caraway. That's what I'm gonna call it because I ain't gonna try to pronounce your name because I mess it up.
This
But
is
you know
Mika.
what,
You got it.
Mika?
Yep.
Okay, Miss Mika. That is so true. When a man walks away, he gets he gets polarized. He gets he gets so he gets scrutinized. Man, you ain't gonna slide on that nigga, bro. And I'm speaking of how I would be like, man, you ain't gonna slide on fool. Man, you ain't gonna beat his ass. Oh, pussy ass, but oh, punk ass. You know what I'm saying? So you got people like not like me, but how other people in my age group would
Right.
act. So they gonna say, man, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna slide on fool. Shit, that couldn't have been me. I would have did such and such, man. I would have pulled the blicky out. This, that, and the third. And what you're not telling him is, yo, you being the bigger man. Now, don't get it. I'm all for self-defense. I ain't just saying just let somebody smack your backside of the head, you don't pop him
Yeah.
upside his ass. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is when you de-escalate a situation, you walk out, you still got your life, you still got your wife if you got one, you got your girl, you come home to something. You not know how many times I could have been in conflicts where I could have been like, yo, fuck this nigga. Yo, he really want to be on some shit. Oh, I got shit for his ass. I'm not here today. I'm in jail. And because I'm black, hell, they probably done 50 years, on some
Mhm.
bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a very good point. But go ahead, just, but talk about your son walking away. And I'm just saying, and I'm just using your son because you're kind of ain't in the bullshit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You kind of getting up there in age, but let's say your son walk away, other kids teasing him, and man, you ain't gonna slide on them. Man, you weak as hell.
Well, I
So
mean,
yeah.
that's that
Go ahead.
conversation that you have, and you let your son know that you know you walking away shows a lot of your character. And once again, I'm with you all day, CJ. I'm not for just allowing someone to put their hands on you. I'm
Right.
totally gonna make sure my son knows how to defend himself, but within reason. If someone,
Right.
just comes up and they're joking and you just having a bad day, okay, don't respond to that in a negative way. Just let them know, especially if it's a friend of yours, just let them know, hey man, today ain't the day. You know what I'm saying? Cool, keep it
Mm-hmm.
moving. But if it's someone that's just, looking for some trouble, now by all means, if you got to defend yourself, defend yourself. But
Right.
it's not until your kids hit, in my opinion, it's really not until your kids hit a certain age where you got to really be on the lookout of, okay, this kid may bring a gun or this kid may decide he want to shoot my son, whatever. Before it ever gets to that point, I would hope that the parents are involved. So that's why I don't have a problem with going up to that school and being like, hey, whether my son started the altercation or not, I'm still going up to that school and I'm asking, how can we address this as adults with the other parents? Let's get the other parents involved as well so we can all sit down, be on the same page, and make our sons sit down as well so they know to be on the same page as well. Y'all ain't got to necessarily like each other to coexist and be in the same surroundings as each other. That's that.
Right. You know what? And that's something I don't know. And I'm a young man. I don't know how I would do it if my son told me he getting bullied in the Prince. We got a PTA meeting. I'm gonna say, hey, it's them parents. Off rip, I'm going to the dad. Bro, what are you teaching your son
Right.
to bully my kid? Because you know what I'm saying? So, but I just would hope. I mean, and like I said, and I hope you never got to go through that situation because as a kid, I never had to go through no situation. I've
Right.
been blessed enough to handle. But it's really, you got to get to them. Shoot, hell, when they're in middle school, I used to say, man, maybe when they get to high school, yeah, that's when
Yeah.
people. But hell, a middle, man, these emotional ass 12-year-olds, these 12, 13-year-olds, they finna, man, hey, these kids are growing up way too fast. They, you know what I'm saying? They going up way too fast. So, so what I'm saying is, and it's just so crazy. It all boils down to respect. And like your and like your cousin, is that your cousin or your sister?
My cousin Mika.
Yeah, Mika.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, everybody sees showing that sign of respect is a sign of weakness, and you can be further away from this truth. Showing respect for somebody is you're honoring, like you say, hey, I respect what you got going on. I'm not gonna fuck with you. We good. But and it all boils down to, like I said, that's why I feel like our youngsters are dying, because you got too many emotional kids that are feeling disrespected, and they angry motherfuckers with a gun, and they don't know how to handle that shit. So they'd be like, you know what? I'm an off my oppressor, and it goes back to the media, because that's what all the rappers are doing. They quote unquote smoking, not knowing it be like 30 security niggas they go through, and this, that, and the third. Man, when 50 Cent got shot, hey, hold on. When 50 Cent got shot 9 times, it wasn't even 50 Cent that killed the dude. It was his homeboy said, you know what? Nah, that's some bullshit. I'm finna slide. It wasn't 50 Cent, bro, because you know what? Because he would have never been the 50 Cent we know today if he went up. He said, shit, you know what? Yeah, he want to, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. So, like I said, man, it boils down to respect. And Justin, I was gonna ask you now. This is something I wanted to ask you on some real shit. Let's say somebody like me, and I'm just talking about in my age range, so 24, 23-year-old pulls up to you on some disrespectful. Man, you an old nigga. Man, you ain't gonna do this, then the third. Now on some real stuff. How would you handle and just show that de-escalation that you would do? Now, mind you, I'm a youngster. I'm not thinking, clearly. I don't know. Maybe I might have seen you with your woman, or I might have seen, I don't know, but how would you handle just to de-escalate a situation? Because I feel like a lot of our youngsters don't know how to even de-escalate a situation without, well, I got to pull my 9. He pulled his out. Before it gets to that situation, but go ahead.
Yeah, usually in a situation like that, what you got to understand is, if someone's quote unquote trying to bully someone or pick on someone, it's something in their life they're not happy with, whether it's their home life, whether it's, romantically, whether it's, whatever the case may be, it's something that they're not happy with in their life. So they're projecting that negative energy out on the world in a form of bullying. So, example, at my age now, if I had a young cat, 23 or whatever, approach me with nonsense, my first initial thought is going to be, okay, let me make sure my surroundings are good. Let me make sure he ain't got nobody with him that's on no dumb shit, or make sure he ain't normal, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna try to have that conversation. Like, look, what's up with you? What's good? Like, what's the problem? Like, let's try to get to some type of understanding here. And if we can't, then, at that age, it's just like what I always believed in myself. I have better luck trying to save kids than I do trying to save adults, or trying to help kids than I do trying to help adults. Because at that age, you already set in your ways, and you only got one way to learn, and that's you either getting your ass whooped or going to jail, or being dead or in the grave. So me personally, I'm gonna talk shit like the best of them. I'm gonna tell you straight up, hey, we can go out front, and I'm gonna walk you like a goddamn dog. That's all it's gonna be.
Right.
Like, I'll take this bet off and show you. And that's funny, because that was like a couple of weeks back, man. I was dropping my 11-year-old off, and we stopped to get something to eat, and we go inside. We were at Chick-fil-A, man. We go inside Chick-fil-A in Plano, out of all places, right? And a group of like young black boys, and I think it was like maybe a Hispanic girl and another black girl. they were all together. They had to
Yeah.
be like high school age or whatever.
Right.
They just talking and this nigga that, blah, 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 nigga. So I walk up to him because I'm like, yo, y'all do realize where we at, right? And then I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, can y'all please chill out? I got my son here. And not only that, but
Yeah.
these white folks in here, they looking at y'all. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one that go to jail behind trying to defend one of y'all because y'all want to talk stupid. And then one of them call
Right.
y'all a nigga, y'all gonna be up in arms. So
Right.
just teaching that level of, like we said, respect. First, you gotta have respect for yourself. Because one thing about
Right.
it, CJ, you my boy. Fuck it, you my nigga. So
You
we
damn
around
right.
we gonna do that. That's
Say,
us.
I was waiting on the part of the story till you said, and then they said something crazy. I was gonna stand up like, hell no, hey man, we finna go back to that one in Plano. We finna
No, they. I mean, the cool thing about it was, and this is how I could tell the kid had some type of sense because he
Yeah.
said, you know what, you absolutely right, and I apologize.
Cool.
And I
Cool.
told him, like, dude, you don't even owe that to me. You owe it to yourself because at the end of the day, you know, like I know, first and foremost, the people you with and y'all ain't even built like that. So don't put yourself
Cool.
in that position to feel like you got to defend yourself or have to give, justification of why you're doing what you're doing. Just do better for yourself. Do better for the community. That's really it. That's how I look at it.
Hey, cool. Hey, Justin, had you tell me them little youngsters man, I was gonna act like P from Baby Boy. I'm finna, man, point them out. I'm socking one of them. I'm finna beat my. Hey, I'm finna. And that had me thinking about that scene from Baby Boy when he found and when he went to the park. When he went to the park, he said, "Hey, he said, hey, you know, hey, he got hard. Nah,
But
I ain't
see,
gonna whoop him.
that's
Nah,
what
I ain't gonna.
you
Yeah,
see that scene right there. That really truly, although we can laugh about it, but that
yeah,
scene right there, that should truly tell you like how I would respond to a youngster being, whatever with me. Like, okay, he got hard. Let me whoop this little nigga ass. The lesson will be learned at that point. Like, I ain't gotta, whoop. I ain't gotta shoot you or nothing. Legit,
yeah.
take my belt off and whoop this nigga's ass. Like, you ain't getting this at home. And that's the funny thing because,
Yeah,
our upbringing was you got your ass whooped from anyone in the neighborhood. And if you got
right.
brought home, guess what? There's another ass whooping. Or
Yeah,
after that ass whooping in the neighborhood, you knew not to make that mistake again. You try
right.
to be slick about it and not get caught. But yeah, absolutely.
Just, yeah. Hey, Justin. I was gonna ask you on some. And this is just like a younger man. Because you're a very successful man in my book and everything. And just you said, and you surround yourself with, with so many good people. Um, why is it that I feel like, cause okay, so I'm a '90s baby, y'all, but I'm a '97. I'm not a from 1995 to like 1990. That's kind of I'll consider. Well, 1994 to 1990, I'll consider y'all like true '90s baby. But from 1996 on up, we all kind of in the same generation, But I was gonna say, in your eyes, why does it feel like people in my generation, we so try to be so tough? And like I said, the toughest man in the room already lost the war, But why is it that y'all maybe see, us dying? Because we some youngsters and a lot of young people are either they doing the killing or they getting killed. Versus y'all, y'all are more level headed. Y'all cool. Y'all, you know what, young buck, I ain't gonna fuck with you. So why does it seem like it's almost like a drop off? Like y'all, like now y'all at y'all ages, y'all are thriving, y'all doing well in life. It's like niggas my age, we just trying to survive out here to not get wet up by the next dude that got that's an angry nigga with a gun. But go ahead, if you know anything about that, or if you got any.
Yeah, personally for me, man, I and this isn't a dig at the parents that had kids in the 90s, because CJ, you were a prime example and the shining example of what it means to have a good upbringing and what it means to
Mm-hmm.
have a good stock. But a lot of it, you got to look at it for what it is. A lot of those kids that are, a lot of those young men that are acting like that, and I don't even want to call them young men, I want to say little boys. A lot of the
Yeah.
little boys that are acting like that, it really stems from the fact of not having a male figure in their lives, and also having a, call it what it is, but just ain't shit parents. I mean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
where they glorify the streets raised me, the streets did this for me. Okay, but when you locked up in jail, them streets ain't worried about you. When you dead or in jail, the streets ain't worried about you. When you got that white man that's harassing you or arresting you or
Yeah.
potentially killing you, guess what? The streets ain't there for you. So you
Right.
truly, really gotta understand that. And I get so tired of hearing people blaming their environments for their outcomes. So
Yeah.
for me, it's simple. If you know better, you do better. So what that means for me is, hey, if I know this is BS, or if I know that this is wrong, or I know this ain't gonna get me the outcome that I'm looking for, why am I gonna do that? It's a level of maturity and a level of responsibility you got to take on for yourself as well, to know and understand, let me move differently to have a different outcome. And that's really what it is. And man, I need you to see this. My cousin just answered your question, and it is everything.
It was the level of parenting. Our parents were not our friends. These kids now are friends with their parents. No respect. You know what? That drives me. And I told Ava, I said, yo, I want my son to respect me as his father.
Right.
I'm not trying to be his friend. And I'm not saying it in a negative light. I'm not saying if I'm not his friend, I ain't gonna fuck with him. Like, that's gonna be my boy. But he needs to see me as, yo, I'm his father, and he gotta respect me as such. The moment he start talking to me like I'm one of his little niggas or whatever, the fuck?
Right.
Hell no. But you know what though? To your cousin Mika, that is so true. You have these younger generation parents try to be friends with their kid, and then when they try to establish that authority, it's like, nah, it's too late.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too late. Cause now in that child's mind, oh man, oh well, my mom don't care if I bring somebody over. Oh, my dad don't care if I bring somebody. Oh, he don't care if we all come in. That is setting yourself up. That is setting your child up to be either way too grown, way too quick, or it's like, you're not setting your kid up for that. You're not setting your kid up for success. So you gotta establish, I mean, some type of now. I ain't saying you gotta whoop the little nigga ass for goddamn spilling juice and milk or be, but yeah, but that whole trying to be friends, with your, I don't want my son to be my friend. I
Yeah.
want him to be like, yo, that's my dad, and I respect him, and I know my dad ain't gonna go for that shit. Because the moment a kid start thinking you in the kid's place, you gonna get treated like the rest of them.
Yep.
And I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of these parents don't understand that. Go ahead, Justin.
No, because that's really what it is. You have, honestly, quote unquote, parents that are still in a kid's mind themselves, are still in a kid's place themselves, trying to raise kids. And that's what you're seeing a lot of in today's generation, is kids raising kids, because they don't truly understand. Like I said, how can you respect someone else if you don't have respect for yourself, or if you don't have respect for your parents? And self-respect is something that's really big, and I think that that's something that's truly missing out of our conversation, is
Yeah.
teaching our youth to have self-respect. knowing that, hey, if you're a little girl, don't run around here with your ass hanging out. Hey, you're a little boy,
Yeah.
hey, pull your pants up, be mannerable, show some chivalry. You see a woman struggling to open that door open for her, hold it open for her. Let her see you be that man that you wanna be. Let that man see you be that woman that you want to be treated like. Because one thing about it is, even in my age range, I saw a lot of that. I saw a lot of girls that would dress as skimpy as possible and then have the nerve to get upset if a dude, like approached her in a certain manner. And for me, it's like, yo, well, that's what you putting out there. That's what you portraying. You got to know and understand that. You gonna say something? Go. I know you ready.
No. I was gonna say you grew up in the '90s. I kid you not. And no disrespect to my CJ, you are so well on your way to. You damn right, Tracy. Shit, you damn right. But no, you know what? '90s women was oh my 90s women had the best generation of black women I've ever seen in my life. I can't even when I used to turn on the Fresh Prince, the Cosby, the I mean I used to see all I don't know, it was like the '90s feel of a black woman. Oh my God, bro. Yeah, boy. But these women now, these little girls now with they ass out and they, because that's their whole, you don't have respect. And unfortunately, which I'm not gonna get too much in, but we all know the Blues Clues. Unfortunately, that that propels a certain type of behavior.
Right.
That propels them to think that they're grown at a little girl age. And you're not grown at that little girl age. You're still a little girl. You might think you 23, but you're 13, sweetie.
Right.
You need to calm it down. And that kind of comes with it. You don't have respect because you're not either you're not getting that respect or you're not being shown how to respect yourself as a young lady, as a young man. You know what I'm saying? My son will not be out here with his ass hanging out. I guarantee you that shit. He's not gonna be out here. You know what? I'm a pop it. First, like he damn for sure ain't gonna be no bully because I ain't going for that shit. I'm like, hey, if you fuck with somebody, quit that shit.
Right.
Because if you keep fucking with them, you don't, and that's a safety. See, and that's what a lot of these niggas don't understand. See, you out here messing with people. If they can't touch you, they gonna touch your parents. They gonna touch your little sister. They go. You know what? You got an older stepson. I know that's your son, but you got an older stepson. I don't know how old he is. Let's say he start fucking with people. Let's say he be on that shit. They be like, oh, you know what? Because I can't fuck with him. I'm gonna fuck with your little boy. I'm gonna fuck with your sister. You know what I'm saying? And it just all boils down to that respect aspect. And that's why I feel like our youngsters is dying and how they need to get resolved is parents gotta do better.
Yep.
Unfortunately, and some parents don't feel like what they doing is wrong, which
Well,
is the wrong thing. Yeah, but go ahead, Justin. Go ahead,
yeah.
Justin. Go
A,
ahead.
a lot of parents are expecting for the school to raise their kids. A lot of these parents don't want that responsibility. A lot of these parents are, they want the title as a parent for the show. Or what I'm
Yes.
seeing is, oh,
Yes.
they want the baby when it's a baby, but once he or she gets older, it's like, okay, where do I dump them? You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's why school becomes that, like, almost like a daycare center on steroids, where it's like, really, come on, man. Like, you still got to put in work at home. You can't just allow your child to say, oh, well, you gone for this amount of time a day. They should have done their job and raised you to be respectful. No, because it does start at home. And it just goes to show you the importance of actually being a parent that's involved with your child versus being a parent that's just, you know, support for your child, so to speak. And what I mean by that is, like, being the support for your child, like, okay, You got a roof over your head. You got clothes on your back. You got food in your belly. What else do you need from me? No, you gotta. It's much bigger than that, and that's what a lot of young, I would say, a lot of young kids are missing today. Is a lot of them just need a hug. A lot of them just need models
Yeah.
and people to talk to. And one thing I'll say about you, CJ, and what got me so confident in you as a father is you doing the boxing thing, man. You already know the discipline that goes into that. So your son naturally is going to want to take on what he sees you doing. So if he's around you and seeing you doing the boxing, guess what? That's going to be second nature to him. I want to do that too. I see my daddy doing it. I like how my daddy moves when he's in the gym. I like the respect my daddy gets when he's at the gym or when he's, like this is what gets you that that discipline and that level of respect in his little mind. That's what he's going to be thinking is that, okay, I got to do what my daddy did in order for me to be what my daddy is. You know what I'm saying? Because like I
Say
told you, you going to be his superhero for real.
right. Justin, with the whole boxing thing, it's funny. I done knocked out people. I done been knocked out. But I've knocked out a lot more people than I've been knocked out. Let's get that understood. Matter of fact, I've never been knocked. I've been stunned. I've been like, oh shit, that hurt. But I've never been just straight up. I fell on my face. But I done, I done whooped a couple niggas. I done whooped some grown niggas. I done whooped some niggas in their 40s. I done whooped some niggas I done whooped in every age group. But you know what? I've never felt like I've been better than them. The moment I knocked them down, hey, bro, you straight? All right, come on. Come on, let's go, let's go. Because I respect my opponent. I
Yeah.
respect them. And I leave it, and that's just the sport of boxing. That's just what happens. I mean, you get paid to knock somebody out. So I don't know what else you know what I'm saying? But, but I respect my opponent. If he get knocked out, I'm all shit. Hey, bro, you good? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to hurt nobody like that. I don't want, hey, we're straight. But you know what, though? Just too many people, they feel they're, and it's also go with like a lot of ego, of that male ego of, oh, I got the one up. Oh, I'm this, that, and the third, And as an adult, you have to understand, Justin, if you do something to another man, he gonna be like, you know what? How can I hurt you? How can I fuck you over to make me feel, to make me feel like how I felt like when you did whatever you did? They said, oh, you know what? Man, I'm gonna get at Melissa. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get at your son. I'm gonna get at your daughter. I'm gonna get at all these people so I can hurt you. But you know what? It all could have been avoided if it just been like, hey, bro, I feel what you did was on some whole shit. Or, bro, niggas don't even know how to talk shit out, bro. They think, man, fuck all the talking. I'm finna, you know what I'm saying? And that's a whole nother, that's a whole nother obstacle. Like, people don't know how to talk to other people. You just think, oh, you know what? Oh, so you gonna do this whole shit to me? I'm gonna do this whole shit to you. And that's not how it's supposed to be. Because what ended up happening is if your son is on that revenge and he's just, man, I'm gonna mess him up. He can charge, man. He can go to jail for that. He can lose his life for that. You know what? You could bury the burden for your son. Let your son be on some whole shit. Let my son be on some, man, I'm gonna be a bully. I'm gonna fucking, he gonna be like, you know what? I can't touch little Winfield, but big Winfield, Ava, I can touch them. And that's your life. That's my life. That's their life. So that's what I'm saying. So these kids gotta learn to be respectful. And and just a simple thing of, being respectful, just a simple, oh, my bad. Just a simple, oh shit, hey, you got it. That don't mean I'm about to lick your nuts or some shit. That's just me like, okay, you got some shit going on. All right, cool. But I'm not about to, like, you see what I'm saying, Justin?
Yeah.
And also, and this is a side note. Why is it we so aggressive with our own race? But when it comes to white people, oh shit, my bad, bro. Hey, but when it come to us, nigga, who you looking at? Nigga, what you want? Hey, niggas mean mug each other all the time. I don't ever see no nigga mean mug no white person, no white lady. Y'all scared all of a sudden. But you know what? Y'all being wrong. Hey, y'all catching the attitude with the wrong people. We catching the wrong attitude with each other. No, you need to catch your attitude with the people. Hey, people always talk about, man, I know where you live at. Nigga, I know where you live at. Why ain't nobody know where George Zimmerman live at? Why don't nobody know where all these white ass motherfuckers that done killed us, that like these cops, these people like that. But you know, but that's kind of bearing off. But I'm just saying, we having that energy for the wrong people. If we don't have that energy, I'm cool with all that. This gonna solve some shit, but have it for our oppressors, not for our own people, because we just seeing each other just getting killed. Hell, that whole situation with that famous rapper out there in Memphis, a lot of stuff got solved. Oh, he dead? Oh, that's less work for us. We ain't got it. We just got it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it just all boils down to that respect, and just we're losing that as a community. And in order to uplift, like I said in the very beginning, we have to survive, then thrive. I only feel like that's with us. We got to survive first. We got to just at least get on even playing field. We got to get to a zero. Because if you ask me, man, we're black. We start off at like a -3, a -2 if you got some money.
Yeah,
it's a -2 if you got some money.
Real truth.
You know, hey, but once you get your education, now you're at a 0. Now you're equal. So now you just surviving. In order to thrive, you got to even go 5 steps higher to thrive. But that's only in our community. With everybody else, they ain't dealing with this. So we just gotta just learn how to respect each other, and just, you know, with ourselves. Then as black people, then we gonna grow. But until that happens, I guarantee you somebody else gonna die this year. Hey, Justin, I claimed it this year to Ava. I said, man, somebody else gonna die this year. I don't know who it's gonna be. I thought it was gonna be ELEV8 or Trap Boy Freddy because of that whole Mo 3 situation. I said, okay, one of them gonna end up dying next, and it was young dog. So it's just crazy just how we're doing this to ourselves, doing less work for other people.
Yep.
That's something to think about.
That's really it. And I mean, you know, I'll say this to piggyback off what you were saying about, you know, people having the notion of, well, if I can't touch you, I'm going to touch someone that you love or someone that I know is going to really make you hurt. I always tell not only my boys, but I also tell myself this. When I'm out here in this world, I represent my last name. I ain't representing just Justin. I'm representing Caraways. My whole family is what I'm representing. If you know me and you know my family, that's what I'm representing. So I got to make sure that I'm coming correct. I got to make sure that I step correctly, because I don't want anyone passing any type of notion off of, oh, well, you're related to blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I know your character, so now I can't fuck with you. Or now I know that you about this or that, so I don't want to deal with you. But, you know, it's like you said, man, the respect thing, it does start at home. And for me personally, man, I feel like if we can teach self-respect first for our younger generation,
right,
we'll start seeing that movement and that change that we truly need and want to see, man. And, you know, I just hope that I'm hoping that you're wrong, that no one else has to die as far as our rappers and entertainers,
right.
because it's really unnecessary BS. It really truly is, and I'm sad to say it like that, but you know, if you go back and you look at like what you said earlier, the ones that are rapping about sliding on this, sliding on that, when you see them, they got how many 20, 30 security guards around them. Like,
right,
sliding on nothing, stop lying. And not only
exactly.
that, we have to teach our youth and our young that, hey, this is a form of entertainment. like rap, early hip hop, early rap was to express the conditions of their environments, which was one of a struggle, one of a, yes, I want to have fun, I want to be the b-boy, I want to dance and pop, and it just
Right.
it blew up to what you see today, which is pretty much it's the same essence, but you have the wrong people delivering the messages, and you have these so-called tough guys that really ain't doing what they claiming they doing in their music. Rappers
Right.
are really what you see as news reporters. News reporters just report what's going on. Rappers are really
Right.
supposed to report what's going on in the hood. So don't ever get that twisted or sidetracked, and you hit that dead on. Man, they ain't really doing none of that stuff they talking about. And that, for the youth, I would hope that they're smart enough and have a better understanding to realize that this is entertainment. Yeah,
Hey, it's damn near like wrestling.
yeah, that's really what it is. It really is. Now, if they really want to see something real, tell them get in that ring with you. Straight up. And
Right.
that's honestly, that's just really how I look at it. Like these so-called tough guys, these so-called gangsters, like you want to be tough or whatever. Hey, I got a partner, CJ. He'll put you in that boxing ring. You see what you really made of. See what them hands really look like.
Hey, I guarantee you, out the rap, and this is a boxer telling you, out the rap game and all these people rapping, I guarantee you, 50 Cent and the game are probably maybe the only people that know how to fight with their hands. And I'm pretty sure 50 Cent know how to fight because he got shot like 9 damn times. So he probably he gonna make sure he ain't, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah, he
sad
was
part
saying the
about
same
these
thing.
rappers.
These rappers
Yeah.
families. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is sad, but unfortunately, like when you portray something or you want to
Right.
glorify something that really truly isn't you or really truly isn't your background, then that outcome, and not necessarily saying it ain't your background, but you got to understand the energy that you put out in the world. And I recently just got big on that. Beforehand, I
Right.
was never, I didn't believe in that. I didn't believe in karma or none of that. But I do realize and understand your level of frequency, the level of energy that you put out in this world will return back to you one way or another. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, self respect brings respect. So if we can get our youngsters to understand that, then great. And CJ,
Hey, you know,
I need to know your next fight, man, so I come check you out.
hey, well, my net, hey, well, for one, it's gonna be a minute. I was wanting to do the Golden Glove. That's what I wanted to do, because of my, like, I got my little man's coming, but I also kind of gotta make weight because I fought at light heavyweight, so like at 200 pounds, I'm probably like at 216, 218, because one I've been drinking, so that's gonna add a little, but no, but yeah, hey, but on a serious note, boxing actually taught me so much respect, and it taught me to respect. And it's funny, I know I got more hands because I'm just used to sparring, used to people hitting you in the face. So I'm just more adapted to doing all them types of moves. But I never felt like, oh, I can't nobody fuck with me. I never felt like that because at the end of the day, I always had respect. I could post me knocking somebody out, but what that do?
Right.
It don't do nothing. So that's why I have respect for my opponents. I have respect for anybody. Anybody gets in that ring, you gotta be prepared to die on some shit. You know, a lot of people done got their head knocked off, they done got their brains because so I'm always respectful. And that's just because that's just how I was brought up. And not just how I was brought up, but now I'm a new father. So I don't want nobody. I don't want. You know what? The best way to sum it up. I don't want my son or daughter for my next baby. I don't want them paying for my sins, because it'll eat me alive every day if I knew, damn, if I would have just talked to homeboy, he wouldn't feel the way he feel. You know, and same for you. I know if you did some shit, I'm gonna want to squash it right then and there. And I know you feel the same way, because you don't want your son riding a scooter, doing whatever. He'd be like, hey, ain't that Caraway son? Yeah, let's go ahead and handle him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, you dead right on that. But nah, man, CJ, we've been on for an hour and 40, man.
I know, man. Really low key, an hour and 10 minutes, because I was late for like 30 minutes of it.
It's all good. All good. But you already know, man, you always welcome and you always home, man. I want to take the time out to wish you and Ava a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday. I hope to see y'all before, but you know, we gonna definitely link. I ain't even worried about that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So, man. First of all, secondly, I'd like to wish our guests Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's as well if we don't see you. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in to another episode of ELEV8 Podcast. And to our youth out there, if you listen to this, please take this message. Learn to have self-respect and respect for others. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump out of here. Everybody, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night, man. Y'all be easy.
Yes, sir.